Welcome back to episode 34 in the Youthful Revolution series featuring Immortal DC. It is pre-season, transfers are in full swing, and we need to get ready for our 7th season. Today we're gonna be starting looking at the dynamics, because why not have a small update on that right here at the beginning of the pre-season. And so far, well, it's gone down, right? We got new players in, some are leaving, stuff like that is happening. So the team cohesion is pretty low right now. Club atmosphere is actually not that great. We got contrasting personalities. Yeah, it is what it is. Managerial support is pretty good, so that's nice. Hierarchy, well, we got Hopfer as the captain, and I think that's gonna happen the same next season. Birucci, very likely gonna leave. Tressa, very likely gonna leave. Reis, Di Paula, and Jurgensen is probably gonna be here, but they're not. I'm not too sure who of the two up there, up front, is gonna be playing. That's more of a question mark, I would say. We got one big social group, which is the core group, which is nice. And we also got Hopfer in the secondary one with João Victor and Borges. That's interesting to see. I didn't expect that. But overall, the happiness levels are quite high. We of course have concern here on training. Okay, well, I will go through that. Unhappy with training overall, thinks he should be doing more technical defending training. I am actually trying to get a coach in that is a technical defending training kind of guy, so that's kind of interesting to see. And we also got one more concern down here, high volume of quickness training. Yeah, I'll go through them and see if there is anything we need to take care of. We also got a little bit of an issue with injuries already now. In match, they actually they played a under 19th match, or maybe a B match here. So Ramirez, one of the starters, he's out for the preseason. Teglasi, our new striker, also went out in training 2 to 4 weeks, so he's also missing the preseason basically. And also João Paulo is out for 5 weeks. Not great way to start the season or the preseason here, having some of our major players out. First friendly is done and dusted. We played Visao, who of course was relegated. At least I think they were relegated. I'm actually unsure about that now. Yeah, they are in the second league. So probably a match we should win, and I already now can tell there's probably gonna be some tweaks and twists to this tactic here. Maybe not the formation itself, but probably the tactic. I think there's a couple of things we need to do, also instructions and stuff. But let's just take a quick look at it here. So we're looking at the first 45 minutes here, where we played, you know, some pretty much rotational options in this game, and they actually did okay. I'm not too unhappy about how they performed. So it's a very interesting formation, because we're playing with those 3 central defenders, well, actually ball-playing defenders. Then we have that midfielder in there, kind of, you know, being the glue to this whole thing. Now the interesting part is of course our inside forwards is pushing really high up here with the 2 strikers, which means we are absolutely trying to make an overload in their back line, right? We are trying to overload their back line, which will often leave space to Padiar out here and also Balbino, the wingbacks. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to pressure them so far back that we are sitting in possession and can get it out to the wingbacks, who's gonna cross it in. That is what we are trying to do with this, but it didn't quite work. Playing down the right, playing down the left, it was really hard to do that. They are just not, I mean, that's also because of our quality here, but that was kind of tough because we didn't really have enough link-ups. So maybe the inside forward do need to drop slightly more, or, you know, get into position where they can pick up the ball a little bit more often to actually play through them. Also, without the ball, we do have issues. I think there is going to be issues without the ball, because they are going to be, you know, hoofballing it and play over the top here, and our wingbacks are not going to be helping out defensively a whole lot here. So it's all up to the ball-playing defenders on the left and the right-hand side to actually deal with those balls. And both the goals they scored was on counter-attacks, so that's a worry. Here we go. Oh yes, we got a sole player. Birucci, he's gonna go. I mean, we know that he was gonna go, but it's gonna be a big problem for us. Obviously, it's gonna leave a big hole, a big gap. He was probably, I mean, for me, probably the second best of last season in terms of all of our players, and we're selling him for 3.6 million, which is definitely not a bad deal. But I will absolutely go out and find the absolute best player I can get on this spot for the next season. Whoever I can get, I will sign them, right? If I need to spend 2 million on a goalkeeper, I will spend 2 million on a goalkeeper. But yeah, Birucci, he's gonna go. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But and it's gonna be hard to actually replace him. I don't think we will get anyone that is near as good as him. Maybe close, but not quite as good. Like mentioned in the last episode, we will be getting quite a few new staff members in, starting with this guy who is Sean McLean. He is a performance analyst. Quite a good one at that, but they're gonna be expensive. 1,000 in wages, and that's not the first one. Or the last, well, it's not the last one, that's more like it. Also a new scout, a German one, probably the best at the club now. Also 1,000 wages is he gonna be given, so very happy about him. He is definitely a very, very good scout. José Calderon, a new coach for the first team. He is very good technically on possession, so yeah, I was looking for someone that was pretty good technically, and I got him. I think he's a really good coach. Another 1,001 wages for him. We were also in need of upgrading our goalkeeping situation when it comes to training for the first team, and we do get that as well. Pretty damn good, this one. August Nuland Özal, 900 wages as well. And yet another performance analyst in Timur Tolodava, a Georgian German guy. Well, how about that? 1,000 wages as well, 14 analyst data, tactical knowledge 14 as well. So we are pretty good in that spot now, I think. But I'm also gonna bring in an recruitment analyst, number 2 actually. I think we could definitely improve in that area too when we are looking for scouting things. So 17 analyzed data for this guy, Quentin Nibound, a French player, French analyst. So yeah, there we go. Under 19th are also getting a new coach. This time around I was again looking for someone who was pretty good with the possession, technical kind of attributes, and he definitely fills out that hole. Also, actually also a bit on the defending side, but that was more tactical. So he's filling out a couple of slots, and he's a pretty good coach, but we got one that is even better. Oh yeah, we get one more. Björn Helge Riese. He's not quite here yet, but he will be. So he is gonna be a coach in the under 19th as well, and this guy is, well, he's really, really good, isn't he? And I will also pay him like 1,000 wages as well, this guy, or maybe it was 1.2 or something like that. But yeah, this is the real deal. This is some of the real good under 19th coaches. Oh boy, well, here goes the last Italian mafia. The last one is gonna get killed here. We are gonna pull the trigger, so to speak. Yeah, Tressa. Tressa, he's gonna go 1.3 million. Not as much as I could have hoped for. But yeah, I might as well take the money now and find new players, because we know that all of those 3 guys would have run out the contract after this season, and then we wouldn't get a single penny out of them. Now, this way we do get money out of them, and we can go out and look for new players. It's not great. I would rather have kept them, also just giving them new contracts, but it is what it is. Sometimes the game is just giving you, well, a bad apple. Or 3 bad apples, and you got to deal with it. Our defensive midfielder Flamel is gonna be sold for 950,000. Well, or 975,000, which is even better. I am very happy with that. He didn't really play well last season, and you know what? Getting a million or almost a million out of this guy, I think that's okay. We do have plenty of defensive midfielders right now for that one spot we have in the team, so good. Goody. Another player going out, and I'm a bit surprised about that, for 375,000 is, yeah, Ariosa. Stefani Ariosa. He's been in our team for a very long time, actually. How long have it been? Let's take a look at him here. Because he's not worth that at all, but I'll sell him. He's been here since 26-27 season, where we brought him in for free. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty good money for us. We got a new goalkeeper. He is called Libasha Livijanin. That's a crazy name. Livijanin. I think he's Serbian. I think he's Serbian. He's actually coming in as a backup, maybe. 1.2k in wages, so not terrible, but I did pay 575. He's I think it's gonna be the most expensive we have signed, right? I need to check up on that, but I think he's the most expensive. 575k, but it is, I mean, I wouldn't say it's slim pickings when it comes to goalkeepers, but this is definitely one of the better goalkeepers I could get. So let's just make sure that we are putting him on a... I don't think he's a sweeper. Actually, I don't know yet. We're not going to do anything like that. Send him on a language course. Yes, absolutely. Do that. So let's take a look at him. There he is. Is he better? Is he better than our former goalkeeper? No, he's not. He's not better. Is he better than Borges? Yeah, he's definitely better than Borges, and he's also better than Andrade. Let's actually compare him and Borges here, because that is who he is, of course, up against right now. Borges, right there. Obviously better. I mean, I don't specifically like eccentric kind of goalkeepers, but even then, he's still a way better goalkeeper than Borges. Not that Borges is terrible, but I think that right now, he's probably the first choice, but I could also sign another one. I don't have anyone specifically, actually I do have one in mind, but I'm not sure if we can get him, and also for a reasonable price, that is. So this might be our first choice goalkeeper. I just don't know yet. It depends on if I can get anyone else, because this guy's coming in as a backup, so he could be the backup, right? He's definitely a really good backup if that was the case. But yeah, we'll see how it develops. If I find another one that is better, we will definitely sign him. But if not, he's gonna be first choice. We got the expectations from the board now. It is still avoid relegation, reach a third round of the Portuguese Cup, and the first phase of the League Cup. All right, that's cool. Yeah, and of course that whole thing again is gonna happen. We have a League Cup first phase here in the middle of our preseason. So I guess we'll take a look at that one later on. Another friendly is done and dusted. Slightly better against a slightly better team here in Casapia. I still think we got a couple of things to tweak, but yeah, like I said, it seems like it's doing a little bit better. But yeah, I feel like we should definitely also be worried about not creating better chances. But that could also be the player quality out there. I'm not playing the best players out there right now. So that's the other thing. So actually overall pretty decent for this tactic and formation, but still a couple of things to tweak. Another player is being sold for some pretty good money here. Socrates Silver for 800,000. I actually kind of like that amount of money for him. I mean, he's okay, don't get me wrong, but again, do we need him? No. So I'd rather just take the money and probably invest into something else. Accept. And we keep stacking money here. Durakovic, we only signed him last season actually, but yeah, 500k. We got him for free, never used him, never planned to use him. He was one of those money grab signings, and we do get money out of him. 500,000. Absolutely fantastic deal for us. Goodbye, Durakovic, just to, you know, show him again. Is he worth 500,000? I mean, maybe. Maybe in Croatia he is worth 500,000. I don't know, but not to me. So, I mean, we've made one signing, and that signing is now out for the rest of the year. I mean, we might as well just send him back from his loan deal. Yeah, Teglasi. We need a new striker basically. I'm gonna send him back if I can. I don't know if I can actually send him back yet. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. It's just pissing me off, man. Just pissing me off here. 28 days we have to have him, then I'm gonna send him back. We got a new signing, and it is the most expensive signing we've done so far. 1.1 million. I mean, he's definitely... That could be a loan deal out there, that could be better, but this is definitely the best player I could get for this position. And what position is that? It is the left winger, or inside forward on the left hand side. Uno Guiba, his name is, for 1.1 million. Yeah, inside forward, but could also definitely be a striker. Very pleased with the signing here, it seems like, from the fans. So let's take a look at him. So he's from Spain, he's from Ibiza, and he absolutely destroyed, I don't know what league it is. It's the Spanish Federation 1B here. He absolutely destroyed that league. Is he gonna be as good for us? Well, I guess hopefully so, because we paid a lot of money for him. So I think he's pretty much just ready to go in there and start as the inside forward. He could also go up top. I mean, with that injury for our loan deal, who is going to be thrown home, he could go up top as well. But we do have all the players up top as well. So I think on the left-hand side here, depending on what else we're going to bring in, it's probably going to be him or Correa who's going to be playing over there. I think they're about the same level. So it's actually a lot of money to pay for someone who might be a rotational option with Correa. But because of that injury we just had for our new signing, the loan deal, I think Carrera might start up top instead, but I don't know. We'll see about that. We'll see how, or even maybe this guy's gonna start up there and Carrera is gonna play on the left-hand side. We will see, but yeah, this guy's definitely good. He got good balance, very good physicals overall, of course, very good stamina, very good work rate for a winger, that is, or a striker for that matter. Determination of 15. He is fairly determined personality. First touch is 13, technique is 14, crossing is 12. Good composure, so he's fairly secure when we are near the goal, so that's pretty good. He got a good right foot. Yeah, I mean, he's very tall, very good in the air, right? He's pretty good in the air as well, so that was one of the things I was looking for in an inside forward or as a striker. Just generally speaking, really good in the air is something we're looking for as a DNA, and he's definitely fitting that bill. I mean, I'm happy with this signing, but 1.1 million could go wrong, right? This could go wrong. I don't think it will. I think we will, you know, get a profit out of him in the long run. But it's a lot of money for us right now. But I'm happy to get him in. I mean, I say it's a lot of money for him, but we do have 15 million in the bank. And that's, no, actually, we got 15 million in transfer budget and 12 million in the overall balance. So, I mean, we are not having any problem with, you know, going out and buying someone for 1.1 million. But I'm worried about if he's not going to be good and we need to sell him for 200,000, right? I don't think that's going to happen, but you know what I mean here. There is a gamble, but I don't think it's a big gamble. I think it's a very low risk, actually. I think he's gonna become 10 million worth or something like that, right? So it's not really a big risk. All right, guys. So we got this game against Belenenses here in the Portuguese League Cup, and I thought maybe we should go into this one. We are playing it like a friendly, basically. I'm not gonna go into how they are playing. I know they're gonna be quite good in a 4-4-2, crossing over or crossing the ball quite a lot. But I think they're playing Gegenpressing, but yeah, it doesn't really matter too much because we are focusing on how we are playing. So I think I will go through what we got so far. So we got this complete forward up there, tackle harder. We got a target forward as well, tackle harder on him. Inside forwards, both of them is gonna have hold up the ball, roam from position, sit narrow, close down more, tackle harder, and mark specific position, which is the wing backs, or actually more so the full backs of their opposites, right? So this one is gonna be marking the fullback on the left hand side, while the other one is on the right hand side. Wingbacks on attack here, cross more often, run wide with the ball, stay wider, and tackle harder. Defensive midfielder, take more risk, shoot less often, and tackle harder. We got two ball-playing defenders on either side of a libero. We will get to him after this one. So shoot less often and tackle harder. And then we got a libero, which I have changed it to here. Shoot less often, tackle harder, and he's on support. I haven't tested the support right now. I tried the defense one before, and he didn't really seem to be doing enough for me. So I'm trying to, also a lot of these have actually changed from the last game, but whatever. And a sweeper keeper, right? Sweeper keeper on tackle harder as well. The libero here, it's going to be interesting to see how he is going to perform in this one. I think we will be having the control, right? We will probably be sitting on the possession quite a bit. And I think that's going to happen for most of the games we're going to play this season. Are we going to be good at that? Probably not as good as some of the best teams in the league. And I think we do need to make a tactic as well where we are more so countering and not sitting in possession. I will get to that when we are playing someone better in the friendlies or in one of the first league games. But anyway, I think that's gonna be that's gonna be it for this one. Actually, let's put it over to next match only. I will show you. We got probably gonna go in with balanced mentality here. So this is what we're playing right now in there, and in transition we are doing this, right? And in opposition we are doing this, but I think we are gonna stop crosses for this one. Why? Because they're pretty good at crossing, Belenenses, so we might as well stop them from doing that. I know that it... Actually, I'm not just going to take it out, actually, for this one. I'm not going to try and stop them from doing it specifically. I just don't want to invite it in when they're pretty good at it. Because our central defenders, as good as they are in the air, they are not that great, right? They're not that great. So, but I will do it probably in the more normal game where they are not really good at crossing. But anyway, let's figure out who we're gonna play here. All right, so it is going to be our new Serbian goalkeeper that I just renamed to Janin, because I can actually, you know, pronounce that. So yeah, our new goalkeeper in there, Bruno, Jure, and Reinhard in the central defense. Gonna test, of course, some of the new players out here. So Reinhard is actually the most experienced one here. Padilla, Valencia, and Balbino in the, I guess, with wing backs and defensive midfielder role. Valencia is definitely going to be first choice in here, but right now our other defensive midfielder is out with an injury, so yeah, he's not going to play this one. Where is he? Paulo, he's out right now. I guess some of these guys could also, Jura and Bruno could go up here, but right now I want to test them in the central defense instead. Cesar as the inside forward here, so Gregolin is currently out with a small injury. I don't even see him in here. Oh, maybe he's here. Oh no, he's not. Nah, he's just not really fit. Or he's just in good. I might as well play Cesar here because he's completely ready for this one. And on the other side, Unugi, wow. Should we call him something else? Guiba, Unuguiba. I think I should be able to say that. Unuguiba. Yeah, it just takes me a couple of times. Di Paula and Correa up top. All right, so 20 minutes in, and I'm pausing it because I'm actually not happy with what I'm seeing here. We are not really having the possession all that much here in the first 20 minutes. We do have the only highlight of the game, but it's not. I mean, we should beat Belenenses here quite comfortably, I would say. And we do need to create more chances than than what we do now. So I think we need to take a look at a couple of different things. Let's take a look at the analyzer here just to make sure that everything is how it should be. Very interesting to see how we are shaping up here without the ball. So I think, yeah. So I'm not sure what's going on here, because we should be able to... Should we play in a lower tempo? Should we try and play in a lower tempo here? That might be the case. This might be because we're trying something too fast to be able to actually play the way we want here. Because otherwise it seems fine. I mean, defensively speaking, we're doing fine here. There's nothing really anything to worry about. I mean, yeah, we can see that they're trying to get out here and cross it in, but yeah. It's that's always going to be the case. I don't know. I think the only thing I'm thinking of here is maybe going slightly higher tempo instead of very high tempo. And there might also be a case where focus down the right and focus down the left might not be the best choice for us. It might be going through the mid instead, because that will maybe focus our... I'm kind of trying to get our inside forwards to drop deeper from time to time, and that doesn't seem to be happening right now. Let's just cancel. Oh, I hate that it does that. Because right now they're just sitting in there with the two... I mean, that's what they should do. Maybe it's the wingbacks. Maybe we need to drop the wingbacks down. But here's the thing, I want the wingbacks further up. I want the inside forwards to drop down more deep from time to time to receive the ball. But maybe they are doing that, I just don't see it here. Actually, let's take a look at the... can we see that somehow, the pass map? No, I don't think we can see it here. Oh yeah, passing network. Okay, so we can actually see it. Yeah, so 38, who is that? That is... who is that? 38, I don't know. That is Cesar. Okay, so Cesar is dropping quite deep to get it, but we don't really get him on the ball that often. And number 21 is Correra on the other side. He's way further up. He's definitely more of a striker than the other two, or the other guy on the other side, it says. But yeah, it's really hard to tell. Maybe I should just let it run for a bit here with a little bit high or slower tempo. Maybe we want, when we are playing someone where we should be having possession, maybe we want to play in a little bit lower tempo to just control the game. And when we're playing someone a lot better, maybe we want to play higher tempo, but not really focusing too much on possession, but more so just focusing on counter. So that could be the case. I'm just talking. I'm just going through my, thought process here. So this is also what I would do in a friendly. I would stop the play even more on a friendly, and I would probably also not play on extended highlights. I would play on comprehensive highlights. Actually, what are we doing right now? Is it this one? Yeah, I'm playing on extended. So yeah, normally I would play on comprehensive here if it was a friendly. I used to switch that up. But yeah, we will see what happens here. All right, so things are looking a little bit better. We are a little bit better in possession after I changed that. A little bit lower tempo. Balbino here getting it into the area, and Valencia is gonna get penalized. I don't know if it's actually gonna be a penalty yet. Well, let's see. But so far, I think it's way better now, right? And we have all the chances. They had one chance so far, so nothing too big here. Checking the penalty. Penalty awarded. Okay, it's probably gonna be a Valencia is gonna take it here. Or not. Who is that? That's not Valencia, is it? No, I don't think that's Valencia. Number 11. Who is that? It's Correa. All right. Really good. All right, so halftime, 1-0, pretty okay. I mean, I'm okay with that, but I think we should be controlling the game even more than what we are. There is a couple of things I noticed that I probably want to change. I can tell you about them. One of the things is the wingback seems to be shooting a little bit too often. I want them to shoot less often. I will remember to do that as well when we get out of the game. They're definitely taking too much shots because they're getting into the box very often because of what we are playing here. Shoot less often is going to be pretty good for us here, I think. We want them to cross more often into the two target forwards, or, not the two target, but one of the forwards, basically, or one of the inside forwards. I don't want them to shoot at all, actually. I just want them to get in there and cross it in. But other than that, not really anything. I mean, I could try and play on positive, but that's also, putting the tempo even higher. I'm not sure that's going to be good for us, actually. I'm not even sure if this is going to be good for us. We could go standard tempo here. I mean, this is kind of a tactic developed toward trying to win the possession and trying to control the games. Where if we're playing a good team, we will probably not play this way. I will probably develop something else for that kind of scenario. But since we are doing okay, I think I'm just going to go slightly higher and just not allow my wingbacks to shoot. And I think we're just going to continue and see how that goes. Oh yeah, I also didn't mention that we are doing floated crosses. I think that's actually going to be good. Well, sort of. But we have so many bodies inside the box area, and we have even more if we are going to float them. So winning the second balls is going to be fairly big for us. So yeah, I think that's going to be something we try as well. So anyway, let's continue with the second half here. Alrighty, we got a corner goal. Carrera and DePaula is rising up to get the goal here. Alright, so 63 minutes in, I just paused it and went into the tactics because I got a couple of things I want to try here. I kind of want, instead of a target forward, I kind of want to drop deep with a deep line forward to see if I can create a scenario where we can hold control of the ball a little bit easier. The inside forwards, I took out roam more in, what is it called? Roam from position. I took that one out. So they're going to be a little bit more stationary in terms of where they are because of this guy's going to drop deep. Hopefully that's what it's going to create here. I just want to see if we can do something with that. It might not work, but we'll see. Maybe a false 9 could be it as well. I don't know. I'm going to try the deep line forward first. Alright, so I just paused it here again in the 88th minute just to showcase you what I'm talking about here. So the problem I have with this right now, so we played out from our goalkeeper and out to Sambu out here, right? He's pretty alone in the world here. We got our Gonçalves came in and played the defensive midfielder here. So yeah, we only really got him in there because the inside forward, they are not going to drop down here. And I don't know why that is, why they wouldn't drop. And same deal over here, Mateo's not dropping into the space where they would be able to. I mean, he doesn't need to right now. It's actually okay that he's pushing the backline here because we got an overload. We also got an overload here, but we need someone coming deep here to bring up, you know, kind of have a play, someone to play into here to make this work, and that doesn't really work right now. I do like what the Liberio is doing here because he's kind of pushing this guy up, you know, this guy's probably gonna always try to mark Jura here, where we always have a defender who is free. But the problem is, we cannot really control the possession here if we don't have enough that can receive the ball. So let's just see what's happening here. Sambo, he's running into problems here, right? Then he don't know what to do. It's too late already. It's already too late. The Liberio here completely just running up there, which is what a Liberio should do. So I don't actually think on support it's going to be good. I think we might want the Liberio to be on a more holding position type, where he's just going to be down here. He's not going to go too far from our ball-playing defenders, actually. These two, he should probably be out here helping out, right? They should probably be wider. We could play wide center backs, but I think ball-playing defenders are better. We just need them to be wider. So right now, we're probably going to lose the ball here, and that's what I'm saying. We don't really control the possession because of that. So, well, he does win it again here, but okay, so we do get it into the defensive midfielder, who do have the Liberio to help him out here. He should probably switch side over here to Hopfer, right? That's what he should do. Is he going to do that, or is he going to hoof it over the top, which is also an ideal choice here, because we got Carrera, Ognobier, and also DePaula, all of them ready to run in deep, which is nice, but we also need them to sometimes drop deep to receive the ball, because otherwise it's always going to be hoof it over the top. Let's see what he's doing. Into Sambu again, and he is trying to get it into Ognobier, who is taking up a position very wide for once. But we lose it. We lose it, and they get a counter. Let's see if they actually score this. They actually do score it. Well, how about that? Yeah, and it's because we don't really have a good way to control the possession here. It might be offside. No, it's not, because he's running with the ball, so it's always going to be a goal when they're running. Yeah, running with it. Yeah, so not great, not ideal. I'm not too happy about what I'm seeing here. I need to figure something out here because it's not working for me right now. Alright, so we did manage to win it 2-1, but definitely not ideal when it comes to tactical things here. There's things we need to work on here to make it work the way we want. But this could work if we are playing against someone who is better than us, where we actually want to hoof it over the top. But right now, we don't really, that's not what we were looking for in this game. So the tactical choice, yeah, my approach right now with this kind of formation and tactic, it's not really working for me. Alright, so I've been sitting here thinking about it for a while here, about the tactical approach here. So there is a couple of different ways we could completely change what we're doing, which, yeah, that might be a good idea. Or we could try something that make a little bit more sense, and that is changing only a few things, or maybe one thing. Right now I've actually only changed one thing, and that is play through the mid. So what I think that we'll do is, instead of the wingbacks struggling out there wide, where they can't really get it anywhere, they can't get it back to the defensive midfielder, they can't get it into the inside forwards very often, we're going to push our ball-playing defenders and libero and also the defensive midfielder to play it around quite a bit in here until they find the opportunity to get it into the inside forward, who is going to roam a bit from possession and hold up the ball when they do receive it. They are usually pretty good dribblers, pretty good at first touch and stuff like that, so they should be capable of that. And then the wingbacks will overlap them on either side, or they're gonna play a high risk you know, pass into something, the inside forwards, or the defensive midfielders will. Yeah, I think we're just playing through the mid instead here. I think that's the next thing I'm gonna try and see what that actually does in the match engine. Another thing I'm actually gonna do here is take out run wide with the ball, because I don't really want them to dribble, and often when you have run wide with the ball, they will dribble, and I don't really want them to dribble because I don't think they're gonna be good enough to do that. What I want them to do is run deep, receive the ball, and cross it in. I don't want them to try and beat a man with their dribbling abilities. So definitely also that one out. I don't know if there's anything else I want to do here. I think I'm okay with how the ball-playing defenders and Liberio and DM is kind of working together. It's more about the inside forwards and wingbacks, how I can kind of connect things up without them losing the ball before we even get it into the final third, because we want it into the final third. And the problem is, these four up here is setting very narrow, so we kind of need to take advantage of that somehow, right? So I think the wingbacks is not the final product. No, they are the final product. The wingbacks are the final product because we want to get it into a situation where they can cross it in directly instead of them trying to dribble out of trouble and stuff. We don't want that. We want the inside forwards to do that, if anyone. Another thing I kind of think we want to do here is actually trap on the outside. I think I want to try and trap on the outside. Why? Because we are seeing them that means we're even more narrow in our system when we are defending. And what this means is we are just gonna try and beat the crosses, right? We're gonna, no matter who, if they're very good at crossing, we'll probably do it the opposite way around. But I don't think we will actually try and trap inside ever, because only one defensive midfielder in here means we are struggling when they're trying to cut inside, dribbling inside. If they do that, we are gonna get caught out of position. We want them on the outside, actually. At least that is my thinking here. I'm also gonna tell the Libero, he's still gonna be on support, but I'm gonna tell him to hold position a bit more. I don't want him to move too far up the pitch. I'll rather have the defensive midfielder doing that. Alexandro Vieira is gonna be sold for 175,000. It is absolutely wholesale here for us. We are absolutely selling out. Well, that's good. We got a lot of money out of it. Gerson Rodriguez is gonna be sold for 375,000. Not bad at all. It was not someone that I was planning on using either. He's not bad, don't get me wrong, but I don't really see him break into the first team. We got a new signing, but this one is not for the first team. It is Kenneth Espinosa. Yeah, he is a value signing. I'm not even sure if I can get money out of him, but he's a free signing, so he doesn't cost me anything except from his wages, which is also quite high on 950. He's just gonna be plumped right into the under 19s where he already is. Let's take a look at him. I mean, I think I can easily get 300k for this guy, so I think just signing him, he is an injury prone, so that's my only worry, but I'm never gonna use him, so I'm not too concerned about the injury prone here. I only signed this kid up because I want to sell him. Nothing else. That's it. Alright, so we got one more League Cup game here to play, and this one is not gonna be easy. It's against Firenze, and they are playing a 4-3-3. Yeah, they are kind of, they're around our kind of strength in the mid kind of table, but maybe their player quality is a little bit higher than ours, so it's gonna be a good test here for us, I would say. Pretty good on through balls, pretty good in defense, pretty good creativity from, what is it? Just outside the penalty area. Yeah, it's not a bad team. So we're gonna put out a slightly better team for this one. Janin, Adrio, Petrov, Reis, Hopfer, Valencia, Sambu, Gregolin, Onogubia. I have a really hard time with that name. I should really just change it. I like the name so much. Onoguiba. It's gonna be Onoguiba, right? Onoguiba, Di Paula, and Correa. Wow, it's Onoguiba. I'm gonna butcher that or butcher it so many times in this save. I just love the name, but it's gonna be hard for me to say it. Yeah, so that's gonna be the guys in there, and hopefully we can find a win here. But more importantly, we need to check out how it works with this new system. I think balanced is probably what we are playing on here. We should probably go cautious, but that's banned. We can't do that. Oh, we have this stupid rule in this competition where we need 2 under 21 Portuguese players in the starting 11. Alright, I guess we're gonna use the youngster here. He's definitely not as good as Valencia, but Pidate, who is actually transfer listed, let's throw him out there for the Lions. 19 minutes in, Hopfer is finding space down the wing side. He's bringing it into Di Paula, and Di Paula is doing something with the ball, and he's managed to squeeze it through from a narrow angle here. Alright, so 20 minutes in here, and yeah, to be honest, I have no idea how Di Paula managed to either score the goal in the first place, but also how he dribbled that guy out there. I don't know what that was. That was insane. So everything is going down our right-hand side, apparently, and everything is going down their left-hand side and through the center here. Honestly, what I'm seeing right now is that I don't think playing through the center is working. I mean, it's probably because they're playing very narrow here against us. I'm wondering if we should just not play, maybe we should just not do that and just play, you know, play out of defense, right? And just play down wherever there's going to be space for us to play in. I think I want to see what that's going to do. We only really had one highlight, and that was that highlight we just saw here where we got the goal. They had 3 highlights so far. So I'm a little bit worried about that because we do have the possession and it seems like they're countering us, which is not really nice to see. There might be something about the defensive here as well. Maybe we don't want to trap outside. I have a feeling it might not be for the better to do that, actually. I think we just don't want to pressing a trap here. I think we don't want to trap them into anything. We just kind of want to take the ball off them somehow. I don't really care how that's going to happen. I just want it happening. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for the 20 minutes. But yeah, definitely a couple of changes here. Even though we are 1-0 up, that doesn't mean we played really well. Oh boy, we have an injury here, 40 minutes in. Sambu is gone for Reinhardt is the only one I have with me that is actually capable of playing there. Really? Do I not have another one out there? Sure. I don't like that at all. What about... Nah, I don't think so. That's not good. But we definitely played better after those changes. We've been playing a lot better, actually. So that's at least something. But yeah, not that injury is not good. Alright, so half time here. And yeah, they had one big highlight. They had a counter near the end of the half here where they definitely should have scored. We had a set piece and someone made a big mistake. I don't know who it was. I think it was actually Onoguiba who made a really big mistake. And they had a free runner, a complete free runner, and they didn't score it. But it was a big chance. But anyway, a lot better after those changes, right? A lot better after that kind of change we did. So I'm pretty happy with that first half overall. Away from home against a pretty decent opponent here, we did quite well in terms of possession. We did quite well in terms of creating some chances. Yeah, I mean, we also gave away a couple of chances. That is my big worry right now. Because of the way we're playing now here with possession, we're also giving away a lot of chances sometimes, especially on the counter. I don't really like that, but there's not really a lot we can do about it unless we're changing it back to playing a lot more counter-attacking football. It might be for the best to do that, but I think against equal opponents, I kind of want to play this way, and against much harder opponents, we're probably going to be counter-attacking more. But I can't really develop that kind of tactic before I'm playing someone who's a lot better than these guys. Full time, it is a 1-0, and I can tell you guys, we played a lot better after those changes. Just a slight change of not trying to play through the mid, instead just play out of defense, definitely. That worked out. And yeah, I think there is a couple of other things we could do here. I was wondering, I can't see it here, but I was wondering, did I put Petrov to not shoot less often? Because he should definitely shoot less often. He had too many shots from range in this one, that's for sure. Let's just take a look at the analytic data here. But it was an even game. They got a couple of those big chances on counters, and I didn't really like seeing it. But yeah, I can't really do anything about it now. Let's take off the pass map here. I just want to see how we lined up with our first 11. So the two midfielders, well, basically it is two midfielders in there because the Liberio is going to push up, right? Yeah, and that's fine. What we did see a little bit more in this game was that especially Greco Lin and also over here, actually all of them kind of dropped down sometimes to receive the ball. Probably, I don't actually know why that was in this game. But that definitely helped out with possession quite a bit. But yeah, every single time they looked dangerous, it was on a counter, right? It was because of a counter on us. Basically, if we had a lot of people forward on set pieces and stuff, they could counter us, and that is how they got most of their chances. But yeah, we got through this one as well, so that means we are into that group stage again. So I do have him on shoot less often. Huh, interesting. I think he had like 4 or 5 shots in this game. That's interesting. I don't know what we should do about that. Nothing. There's nothing you can really do about that. If they take a shot, they take a shot. He actually had 3 long shots, I think. You know, well, it is what it is then. But yeah, definitely we're gonna take that one out and play out of defense instead. I think that should be working a little bit more in our favor here. And we're also gonna not trap outside. We're just gonna invite the crosses instead. Because I don't really, I mean, then again, if we're playing against someone who can actually get down there and cross it in, as a more normal way of crossing it and not just a counter attack, we would probably play in a different way anyway. But yeah, that's the thing. I'm definitely thinking about some other things for when we are playing like Benfica and Porto and stuff like that, because I don't think we can play like this against those guys. But anyway, we only really got one friendly left in 3 days time against our parent club, and then it's into the league. But what I think here is, guys, I think this episode is already long enough, so I think we're coming back to play the friendly and also the 2 next Premier League games here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be more just because of how long this episode was already, because of all the both the transfers but also all the tactical stuff that I went through here. So yeah, let's just go over here and let's just end the episode, because I would rather just make more episodes, guys. I think that's better. So instead of making like 1 hour episodes, I would rather make 40 minutes episodes or 30 minutes episodes. That's just better. Wow, look at that. Estimated value of 75 million now. That is incredible. That is excellent. So with that, I hope you're enjoying it, and yeah, I'll see you around in the next one.